Hello, my dear friends. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Victor Fursov. I'm a research entomologist. I'm making this video stream from Ukraine, from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And today, this stream will be devoted to night moths. Actually, when I wrote night moths, I noticed that night moth has two different meanings, by the way. Night moths in Ukraine. This is a tricky question, by the way, because sometimes people are calling some girls as a night moths. Yes, aren't them? Well, yes, that's right. Sometimes they're quite visible and sometimes they're invisible in Ukraine, but they do exist, especially in some public places, like some squares and some parks, especially in this hot summertime. Because in Ukraine, now this is a hot summer, and sometimes, like in a Shevchenko Park in the central city, you can come and visit some open theater cinema, by the way, and sometimes on Fridays you can visit also, and on Saturday and Sunday, one open place with dancing area with some night moths, by the way. Actually, some night moths have a positive uh, attitude. Some of them maybe slightly reduce the social responsibility, but it's up to them. Maybe we have a high level demands. But today, but this is a story especially for foreigners who enjoy night moths at evening time in Ukraine and coming to search for them. But this video will be devoted to night moths belonging to insects, by the way, belonging to insects, because there are some Lepidoptera uh, separated on two different parts as a Lepidoptera, Micro-Lepidoptera, Micro-Lepidoptera, night Lepidoptera, and daytime Lepidoptera, and nighttime Lepidoptera. They're called moths, night moths, and daytime they're butterflies. So today we will be talking about not butterflies, but moths. Actually, order Lepidoptera includes 124 families, quite a lot, 124 families. It's impossible to count them one by one in one video, or just during 2 hours, just only to count their names and to show pictures. And it includes also 150 species of butterflies and moths. So over 100,000 species of Lepidoptera, quite a lot. But nevertheless, actually, some of them were quite attractive, especially daytime. So people enjoy daytime butterflies because they're big, they're attractive, and some people like to collect them to maintain collections of butterflies and nighttime moths. That's a good idea if you have a devotion, if you have interest, if you have good entomological equipment for making collection. Collection is quite useful for education because you can search for different stuff. Entomological equipment, literature about Lepidoptera and different species of butterflies. So for identification keys of these butterflies and some beetles, and proper mounting of collection. So mounting of appropriate good collection, that's not so easy. It's quite difficult to have a pin, to have a entomological draw box, to have a place where you can save it safely in sealed box, so another insects will not destroy it in the meantime, like in autumn and winter, because some pests can come inside and destroy this fragile material. But to collect them, you need to spend time outside, especially for this type of a daytime butterflies, collecting them with either entomological net or with special attraction traps like maybe some rotating fruits or another materials. So because many butterflies attracted by the smell of rotating fruits. But also there is a special group of night butterflies. They're attracted by light. So if you maintain light trap with ordinary light or with ultraviolet lamp, so you can collect different types of butterflies. Not of course these daytime butterflies, but nighttime moths. And they are different from the tiny size of moths till pretty big size, up to the palm of your hand. It depends from the place, from time, and from time of positioning of a light trap, because butterflies and moths, they're attracted to light in a different time. So it's like a wave of different flying insects. So many insects can be attracted by light, especially tiny moths. As I said, some night moths, very small, from up to 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter, can you imagine? Just only 1 millimeter. How much is it? So you see, if I take just millimeter, meter. So 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. Very small. Okay, 30 times less than these butterflies, which is actually in its lives in a wingspan just 3 centimeters, so 30 times less. But some moths quite big. And let's go to look for them, not in the box, because in the box they're dry, but I will show you some. Thank you for Oleg who sent me these nice moths and these nice beetles. This beetle Lucanos actually also in the Red Book of Ukraine, but I did not collect it. I got it I got it just as a gift, so I didn't collect it because here you see some butterflies and some moths were just already in a Red Book of Ukraine. But I will show you some interesting, not daytime butterflies, but night butterflies, because you can switch on your light near your house, near your apartment, near your balcony, and you can see these interesting nighttime moths, which are very attractive. Some of them, of course, more or less brown color. Many of them they're gray, but still, sometimes they're sitting and near the light. Especially this family of Noctuidae moths, owlet moths. Now this is a huge super family, which includes different families like Arctiidae as well. So you can see here legs, spiny legs, scales on wings, long antennae, very big facet eyes, and even some special adjustment just on the head. So especially for Noctuidae moths, they're coming to the light very quickly. They're biggest of the night moths. This butterfly with closed wings, but under the wings, the second pair of wings is very attractive. This color of just brown, but the second pair of wings, orange, red and orange with red stripes and black stripes. But some moths, very small, very tiny. So like this one, like this introduced species to Ukraine. So did you recognize it? This is very, very common moth now. This is chestnut moth. Chestnut moth, right. Because chestnut moth became a pest in Ukraine, in Russia, in many countries all around. Because caterpillars, the leaf mining caterpillars, they're developing inside chestnut, and now the most common and attractive tree chestnut is very much damaged. But this is Autographa gamma. This is also family Noctuidae. You see, moth is coming, and it just stopped, and just watching for the light carefully. Just I press right. Noctuidae family. This is very common, and actually not very attractive, by the way. Brown, gray, but the shape of this moth is very surprisingly very interesting, with some kind of like a horns, which is formed by scales on the body of a thorax, on the surface of wings. So this moth is very attractive too, especially with this point, with this brown gamma, Autographa gamma, belonging to the family Noctuidae. Okay, let's look for another. Sometimes beetles come in. Beetles definitely come in. Longhorn beetles. Yes, this Crambidae family. Crambidae. Is very common. Sometimes very active and just crawling around the light. But in many cases they just stop, and you can collect them as well. And I'm just searching for next. Yes, sometimes come in these butterflies with open wings. Wings are very wide, and I suggest that this is Crambidae family. Crambidae family. Representative of this family, many of them were just corn moth, for instance. So they're just pests of corn or maize. But you see, they're flying very often also. We call it flying very often just in a big city, and a light of lamp in a big city. Well, so I show more. Stay with us. Sometimes quite a big moth come in, but it depends from the time of the season and from the level of development of this, from the stage of development of the caterpillars, then pupa, and just appearance, hatching of moths, because so it needs certain time for development of caterpillar, then just development of a pupa, and then just will hatch moth in appropriate time. So you need to wait, because otherwise they're still like a caterpillars, they're still small, so that's why they're not visible. But when they hatch from cocoons, they're coming, when you are happy, can be happy to see them. For example, now this is a period of these lovely moths, which are very common, which are making big colonies together, and this is a special family, Yponomeutidae family. Yponomeutidae family. So this caterpillar making a group on many different apple trees, different types of trees. So the name. Can I show the name? Yes. And this is looks like a tiger. So you see, with many spots. So very attractive, but it can be a dangerous pest of many trees. Quite similar to them. Wait, I'll show you them again. Yponomeutidae family. Because when they come in, they're sometimes sitting carefully and showing their appearance. Yeah. Easier to show them. Next one. So let's go to show next one. You see, this is a tiny Tortricidae moth, as I suggest. It is all Plutellidae. Possibly Plutellidae. Many species are pests of different trees. Sometimes moth is just dancing under the light. I had here quite interesting collection. I guess this is next one. The Tortricidae family. Yeah, nice brown color with 2 spots. Very colorful. Yeah. Yponomeutidae, I can show many of them because many of Yponomeutidae were flying. Quite many. Many were attracted. This is Yponomeutidae family. You want to see what is inside of under the first pair of wings? Yes, this Yponomeutidae moth, Yponomeuta, with just open wings. First pair with white and black spots, and second just gray. So this is a normal position with open wings. Quite colorful, very interesting. What's next one? Here I want to show just a big Noctuidae moth. Also very colorful with an orange or just red color of second pair of wings. This specimen just sit down and was sitting very carefully. So it was able just to make a window on, so to show the scale, so you can see just moving of scale. But the size is about 2 centimeters, 20 millimeters. External color is not very attractive with some gray scales, some small spots, but the second pair of wings very attractive. Red with white stripes, or just black with red white stripes. Quite very colorful. Second pair of closed wings. Yes. And two different variations. One species was more darkened, the second species was very white. Yeah. Yes, I wanted to show you some other. Yes, this species was very interesting. Pterophoridae family. Pterophoridae family. Pterophoridae. Very narrow wings. Very narrow wings, very tiny, fragile legs, and hairy scaled wings. So in different position I took video, so this very nice moth was sitting very carefully. And you see like sitting like on an open, on the top of legs. Just show the next one. I showed this species from different angles, and it was really funny. Oh yes, this under the bigger magnification. And Pterophoridae was sitting carefully with some horns on the fragile and tiny legs. Brown with white stripes. Yeah. Very attractive and very funny. Looks like very fragile. Sometimes some another order is coming, like I'm very pleased to show this interesting parasitoid was coming. This parasitoid often come into the light because this is a superfamily Pneumonidae, Noctuidae, the genus Noctuidae, and this is stinging parasitoid. Stinging parasitoid. If you take in hand this parasitoid, Noctuidae, Pneumonidae. And on the top there is a ovipositor and very sharp ovipositor. So this very fragile abdomen with its head, this is not a sting but abdomen, but abdomen is very sharp and can sting, not very not so painfully. But here quite interesting. Under the microscope and even just here on video, it's visible some movement inside the body. Inside the body. This is like a pumping tubes. I was thinking even that because this parasite stung me in the finger. It's like a pumping something inside this stinging organs, like pumping venom. Of course, not venom, but you see, even in the center here, just connection between thorax and abdomen, or mesothorax and metathorax, and there's tiny tube like with liquid. And liquid is pumping inside, and it's visible through the transparent, semi-transparent, yellowish abdomen of this parasitoid. Inside you see the movement of liquid inside the body of this very interesting parasitoid, which is developing on caterpillars or on parasitoid of pupae of some night moths as well, especially night moths, because the size of this quite big, about 20 millimeters. So the pumping liquid was very interesting and surprising. So because usually body is not so transparent like in this, or you can catch insect and died. An insect will die, but here this is a living insect which is pumping something like special liquid in digesting liquid inside the body. Well, let's show you next one. Oh, right. I'm very pleased to show this. This is not a Lepidoptera. This is very special. This is antlion. Antlion. And this is antlion, which is making special, like cavities in sand. So, but antlion also is quite often attracted to the light, and it's moving very well, flying very well. But this specimen in this moment just open wings. Wings looks like wings of a dragonfly, but of course this is not dragonfly. This is superfamily. This is Myrmeleon genus, Myrmeleonidae family, and order Neuroptera. Just how it's moving, I show you next small piece. Neuroptera. Oh, it's moving. Okay, not moving with closed wings. So after open wings, this in the second position, antlion just closed wings. Yes, very funny. In this case, it looks not like a dragonfly. Totally different. Dragonfly doesn't close. Okay, some dragonflies close, but this is like a roof. Closing wings like a butterfly, like night moth. But this is Myrmeleon antlion. Okay, with closed wings. Let's show next one, animal. And let's show to this over the family Crambidae. Yes, this family Crambidae. Just sitting with open wings and small small Yponomeutidae family nearby, with tiny Hemiptera, Homoptera just nearby green color, and this small tiny moth about 1 centimeter. So these are different night moths which we can see, can collect, or can just enjoy as attracted by the evening or night time light. Just close to your house, to your apartment, so you can enjoy it yourself if you put light lamp near your apartment, near your house, and be careful to watch it. And this is again from the boy's body picture, and just through the glass. The family Yponomeutidae family. Tiger moth caterpillar moth. So thank you for watching. I was very pleased to be with you this evening time. So I hope to catch more interesting videos for the next stream. Actually, I have a lot of different. I have many. This is not only one. I have many different pictures of butterflies and moths which I have collected on my video camera, and I got many videos in evening time and night time, so it will be interesting to show them in parts, not all of them immediately in one video, which will be just over 1 hour. No, just part by part, so to attract different people, because more video will attract more different people. And you do not forget only collecting butterflies yourself. Some butterflies can fly freely outside, so do not catch them. But if you are devoted entomologist and collector, so you can do small collection for scientific study or for education. And don't forget, if you have any questions, welcome to send your questions on my email, or just if you want to support my channel, welcome to visit my Patreon page for sponsors. So here you can send easily from your small credit card, small, so quite a good support, just through internet, through the web, small support, good support to Patreon and to my channel, and I will really appreciate it. You will be in subtitles of this video under the video, so your name, your surname, and appreciation for your input, for your support of Ukrainian science as just a science, which is international. And you can check my project on Patreon page, and you can read my biography and details of me and my projects on Patreon page. So welcome to visit Patreon page to join our sponsors or patrons team, which is actually Russian, Ukrainian, American, Canadian, international, I say, because now it doesn't matter which country are you located at the moment, which language are you speaking now. I'm speaking now English language for English speaking audience, but I'm quite sure that Russian speaking audience can watch my video as well and can understand my more or less slow type of English language, because I'm not in a hurry to explain details of video in inappropriate and very hurry English, but I guess so it was quite fluent for understanding. So learn English, speak English, listen to English, hear and understand English words, and join my channel and join my Patreon page as well. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Good luck. See you soon in my next video stream. Bye bye. Good luck. Thank you for coming. Join us next stream. And write your comments under this video. It will support also just promotion of videos. Just your comment is quite useful for internet. Internet is just pushing it to show it for more people. Write your comments. Thank you very much. Good luck. See you soon.